Welcome to Homeschool Helps with Amanda. I'm Amanda Wares, Homeschool Helps Director with NCHE. So we are continuing on with homeschooling different age groups, and today we are talking about middle school. Now, this can be, as I'm sure any of you listening to me know, a challenging time. There's a lot going on with middle schoolers. They're growing a lot. They have a lot of big feelings. They can be, having some hormone issues going on. There can be a lot going on. But how do we homeschool this age group best? I will say I love middle schoolers. I think they are so much fun and so much fun to homeschool because they're really just curious and want to know how things work and the reason why behind things. All of my middle schoolers and all the ones that I've ever taught at co-op or any of those things, they really just think deeply about things. So it's fun. It's a good time, I think. Now, my best tips for homeschooling this age group. First of all, I will say it again, just because somebody is now in middle school does not mean that you all of a sudden need to stop doing some of the wonderful things that you have done when they were in elementary school or younger. Still read to them, still have that time with them. You want to invest this time in relationship with these middle schoolers, and it will pay off when you're maybe having to push a little academically. So first of all, do not stop with that relational part of homeschooling. Do not stop reading to them. It's so important. You want that connection time. You really do. It's so important. Another tip that I have is for my middle schoolers, and you have to kind of gauge maturity, where they are with how they can handle a little bit more responsibility. So middle school is a time when I, as a homeschool mom, would start trying to give a little more independence, a little more maybe autonomy in education, in the actual schoolwork. So maybe that would look like, here's all the work that we need to get done today. But you can choose, maybe you choose what you want to do first and what order you want to get in. You could also, depending on maturity, if you have a particularly mature, motivated middle schooler, you might even start with, here is a list of the work that needs to get done. You are responsible for getting that done. And when the list is finished, then you're done. If that means, you're done in 15 minutes, okay, that's great, as long as it's actually done. So a little more choices, a little more autonomy can be a good thing for this age group. It, again, totally depends on maturity and just if they can handle that level of responsibility or not. If not, fine. It's okay. It's okay to walk with them through that. If your middle schooler still needs you to sit there in order for them to get that work done, then that's what they need, and that's okay. Another tip that I have, it kind of is related to the first tip of not stopping those wonderful relational things. Also, it can be tempting to push off or get rid of the fun parts of homeschool, like field trips and, those fun things that you do, experiments and hands-on things and all of that we tend to do in elementary school. And maybe in middle school, it can be tempting to say, oh, well, we don't want to do that anymore. Now we're, feels a little bigger. a little more serious, don't do that. Don't get rid of those. Still go on the fun field trips, still have the experiments, still have the hands-on things. Your middle schoolers want them. And even if they don't say they want them, even if they don't act like or look like on their face that they want that, it still benefits them. And I would encourage you to keep doing it. Even if the middle schooler is like, oh, mom, even if they're reluctant, still do it. It's worth it. And that investment into those fun things, the relational parts of homeschool, it will pay off in later years. It will pay off. That foundation that you have built relationally, emotionally, all of that, it will pay off in the end. So again, let's go back over my best tips. Give a little more autonomy if they can handle it. Give a little more independence. This is a great time to start with that. However, do not just say, oh, you're in middle school now. Here, you're on your own. Keep investing in that relationship, in those parts of homeschool that are so beautiful. Keep doing the field trips, keep doing the hands-on things, the experiments, and keep reading to them, even if they don't want to. Keep doing it. I promise you it's worth it. All right. I really hope this helps today.